Santa Claus celebrates Jesus' birthday. Claus was a boy who loved Christmas. He loved the lighted tree and the presents. He loved the big family dinners and singing carols. But most of all, Claus loved Christmas because it was Jesus' birthday. Claus knew the only reason he could go to heaven someday was because Jesus was born on that first Christmas long ago. This made Claus so happy he yelled, "Hip, hip, hooray! Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everyone! It's Jesus' birthday, you know." Claus wanted to remind children to live like Jesus, to love each other and give without getting. Every Christmas, Claus went to church with his family, and every Christmas, he knelt before the Christmas manger and asked Jesus for help. The years passed. Claus grew, and there was no answer. He was sad, but every Christmas, Claus still prayed. When he grew up, Claus got married. He told his wife about his prayer. Claus was discouraged. "Don't give up," Mrs. Claus said. "Jesus will answer. I'll pray with you." So every Christmas, they knelt together before the Christmas manger and asked Jesus how to show children the joy of giving without getting. Finally, one year as they prayed, the star above the Christmas manger suddenly glowed with new brilliance. They heard a voice speak to their hearts. "Be an example to children," the voice said. Then the glow dimmed, and the voice was gone. An answer! Claus was so happy, he hugged Mrs. Claus. "Hip, hip, hooray! Ho, ho, ho! Christmas is Jesus' birthday. Soon everyone will know." But how could they be an example? Mrs. Claus had an idea. Give away toys to children at Christmas in celebration of Jesus' birthday. The toys would get the children's attention and show what fun it was to give without getting anything back. Claus and Mrs. Claus set about their work. They saved all their money to buy supplies and spent all their time making toys. Then at Christmas, they sat with their bag of toys on the street corner. Every time Claus and Mrs. Claus gave away a toy, Claus exclaimed, "Hip, hip, hooray! Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everyone! It's Jesus' birthday, you know." But something was wrong. The children were greedy. Some of the children began to give, but only because they wanted bigger presents back in return. Claus and Mrs. Claus knelt before the Christmas manger. Again, they asked Jesus for help. Again, the star glowed, and the voice spoke. "You must give in secret so you can't get something back. Then you have given like Jesus. Show the children how." Claus and Mrs. Claus decided the only way they could do this was to move far away to a secret place. They headed north. It was a cold and lonely journey. Snow blew in drifts around them. They slept huddled together under a blanket, but they were cheerful. Claus sang, "Hip, hip, hooray! Ho, ho, ho! Christmas is Jesus' birthday. Soon everyone will know." Suddenly, Claus and Mrs. Claus noticed they were being followed. They saw elves peering at them from behind mounds of snow. The elves loved to help boys and girls give, but they were out of work because children only cared about getting. The elves knew Claus and Mrs. Claus wanted to give without getting. They wanted to work for Claus. Claus and Mrs. Claus were delighted. They invited the elves to join them. "Hip, hip, hooray! Ho, ho, ho! Christmas is Jesus' birthday. With your help, everyone will know." They trudged onward together. When they reached the North Pole, Claus said, This is the spot. They built a house and a workshop where the elves made the toys. But Claus was still worried. How could he get the gifts to the children in secret? The elves had the answer. They sprinkled magic elfin dust on reindeer they had befriended who lived nearby. And with the elfin dust, the reindeer could fly. Claus cheered. Hip, hip, hooray! Ho, ho, ho! Christmas is Jesus' birthday, and this year, everyone will know. On Christmas Eve, the elves hitched the reindeer to Claus's sleigh and loaded it with toys. Mrs. Claus gave Claus a red suit she'd trimmed with fur to keep him warm in the cold night air. Hip, hip, hooray! Ho, ho, ho! Christmas is Jesus' birthday. It's time for everyone to know. Off Claus went, around the world. He hopped down chimneys, filled stockings, and left presents. No one knew who had left the presents. Claus had done it. He had given without getting. Claus returned to the North Pole early Christmas morning. He was tired and hungry, but happy. His cheeks glowed and his eyes sparkled. He found Mrs. Claus busy in the kitchen baking Jesus' birthday cake. Together, they went and knelt before the Christmas manger to thank Jesus. The star glowed, and the voice spoke. You have given without getting like Jesus, and loving others without thinking of yourself. You have shown children the true meaning of Christmas. For this, you will ever be known not simply as Claus, but Santa Claus. Santa Claus's joy was so great, a tear slipped down his rosy cheek. He hugged Mrs. Claus and the elves. Hip, hip, hooray! Ho, ho, ho! Christmas is Jesus' birthday, and now everyone knows.